How's it going? This is Sean Weldon doing my student presentation on Miracle on Ice. What is the Miracle on Ice? So, the Miracle on Ice was during the 1980 Olympic Games. This was one of the biggest and craziest wins that any sports person basically knows. It was between the USA hockey team and the Soviet Union. So, like I said, this was one of the biggest hockey games. It was also one of the biggest upsets in history. The Soviets were four-time defending gold medal champs right before this game and basically were the best of the best and beat everyone. So, USA ends up beating the Soviet Union and moves on to the medal round. And what this win did basically just gave the Americans something to celebrate during the Cold War because since so much sad and depressing things were going on that not many Americans really had hope for what was to come in the future. So this hockey game, as crazy as it sounds, since it just involves sports and not the war, basically made every single American super happy and just excited basically to be American. So, like I said, the USA hockey team beat the Soviet Union and then moved on to the medal round and beat Finland for the gold medal. So, a little background of the USA team. So, they were coached by one of the greatest college hockey coaches to this day, named Herb Brooks, who was just a phenomenal and well-known coach. And the players, as crazy as it sounds, even though nowadays there's a bunch of young and non-pro players, but back in the day they were all top college hockey players who actually all ended up moving on. Almost all of them ended up moving on to the NHL. A lot of people say that they won because they were easily the most prepared team as well as the most conditioned team out of every other hockey team in the tournament. And a little bit on the Soviets. So they were considered the best hockey team in the world at the time. Their team was made up of a bunch of pro and semi-pro players who were just absolutely phenomenal. And many of the players that played for the Soviet Union actually ended up moving to the NHL after the war. And a lot of common names are brought up and talked about every once in a while. So why was this important during the Cold War? To the Americans, this was an ideological victory in the Cold War. People say it was as meaningful as the Berlin airlift and the Apollo moon landing. Since the U.S. led the boycott of the Moscow Games, them winning the gold in hockey really sparked America and brought joy and happiness and just like a sense of hope that this war may not be that bad and USA can basically come out on top from all of this.